Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Rhonda Unleashed. I'm your host, Rhonda Thomas, and today's episode is called Who's to Pass Judgment? If a person believes that Jesus died on the cross for their sins, who are we to judge if they believe in that? If a person believes in the alignment of chakras and universal divine, who are we to judge? If a person believes spirituality in the Creator and our Mother Earth, who are we to judge? So many different religions, so many different ethnic groups, so many different people in this world. If we grow to understand one another and love, caring, kindness, you know how much more peace we would have in this world. You know, the past few weeks, I've been running through the core neighborhoods, and it's made me think a lot about my life in general, about where I came from, and the journey that brings me to this place right here. I love Saskatoon. Saskatoon's always been home for me, and I'm in the university. I'm at the university actually, and I've always wanted to come here. It's Boffin's Garden. It's a little bit more beautiful in the summertime, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if you see beauty right now, beautiful everywhere you are. It's all in your mind and the way you think. So going back to my story of running in the core neighborhoods, I see a lot of hurt, a lot of anger. There's happiness as well there. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of you know um, joy as well. It's just where you see it and how you see it. But a couple of things that came to my mind is I was raised in Christianity, and I grew up going to church. I grew up wearing a skirt. I um, I love my upbringing. My grandparents, they were always very kind and gentle people. And we went to church, every Sunday. But everything they did day to day was traditional. I've also went to sweat lodges. I've been to sun dances, round dances, powwows. Then I've also embraced meditation and finding my true self, my higher self. In Christianity, they believe that God's in everybody. You know, with the Creator and with First Nation spirituality, they believe that we're all one. We're all brothers and sisters. Wahutawin, we're all related. With meditation and divine, it's your higher self. So I think what my realization to the different religions and a different spirituality that I've been exposed to is beautiful. It's beautiful. Everybody's different way of believing, different way of their mentality of the way they to God. I used to think I used to hear elders. They always used to say that there's only one God. It has many different names, but there's only one. So what makes one person's belief to another person's belief any better or any worse? I think that, to me personally, I believe that we are all put on this earth to help one another, to be there for one another. We are not perfect people. I am far from a perfect person. I've had a lot of downfalls in my life. I've had a lot of mistakes. And I got to say that I learned a lot. I learned a lot from my mistakes. I suffered from addiction from a very early part of my life, and I've grown from there. I've had a lot of fears that I've conquered, had a lot of negativity in my mind that I've grown to switch into more of a positive perspective. And I love it. It's an amazing, amazing feeling. You know, I love to run. I love to run. And you know, a year ago, I uh, I weighed about 195 pounds, and I didn't feel very good about myself. I actually had a lot of negative thoughts towards myself, towards, you know, the way I perceived myself. You know, I was also struck in a lot of addictions at the time as well. I tried to cover them up a whole lot. You know, I have now, you know, embraced everything in my life. I think about how thankful I am to the Creator, Mamutawino, to God, my higher self, to have brought me to this place where I am right now. I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful. And I love where I am. So when I look and when I run, you know, whether I'm running by the river, whether I'm running in the core neighborhood, whether I'm running in the mountains, you know, or by a lake, doesn't matter where I am. I'm always grateful for where the Creator has brought me. You know, I learned from a lot of negativity that I went through in my life. It's not a very good path. I gotta tell you. it's a it's a very rough path. So when I pass people who are still going through that type of lifestyle, the only thing I can do is pray for them. Everybody deserves prayer. Everybody deserves kindness. We're all human on this earth. We all need to embrace one another. We all need to love one another. This morning, I went for a morning run, and sorry, I said a little prayer when I was out in on the train bridge. Nanaska mun asamina kapatin go swell dusky. Ganwem nan kakyo. The magano nan. So wem nan akamimuya nice though. So thank you for giving me another day on earth. Have pity on me, bless me, give me hope. And I think, and that's my prayer each and every day that I live. Because I don't know what's going to happen in that day. But I'm happy in the moment that I'm in right now. A lot of times in my life, though, I wasn't, I got to tell you, a lot of times in my life, I haven't been at peace of where I am right now. In the past, I used to have a lot of anger. I used to have a lot of hatred. I used to have a lot of guilt. I used to have a lot of sadness, negativity, and I covered it up. I covered it up through addictions, and I covered up through, putting myself into different things, and it was a facade that I put on, right? But I'm happy where I am right now. I'm grateful each and every day, and I give thanks. It's all I can do. I went to church this morning too, and the preacher he talked about fans, little fans, bigger fans, bigger fans, and bigger fans, right? And how you can, the little fan believe, I believe, and then he brought out a bigger fan, the church, then a bigger fan for fasting and prayer. I'm like trying to think right now. Sorry. I remember the biggest fan though. The biggest fan was it's Almighty. You can do all these things in your life, but that greater goodness, mamutawin no, God, is manto. It's ultimate. Will bless you in the ultimate way. Those are my thoughts today. And I just want to share that with everybody here. And I encourage everybody to go out, shake a stranger's hand, you know, be nice to one another, be kind to one another. The world needs so much more of it, so much more of it. And of course, I love y'all. You're all beautiful, you're wonderful, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. See y'all later.